Greyhound Gold is brought to you by Digital Greyhound Racing. Their NFT racing game has recently launched and is currently in the trialling stage, meaning you can purchase a dog and start racing now. To find out more, head over to betnft.run.
G'day punters, welcome to another edition of Greyhound Gold. My name's Brett Honey, joining me again for another week, Hayden King. How are you, my friend?
I'm well, Brett. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm going well. Can't believe I just called you my friend, but it's been a few weeks now, so might be at that status. Another big weekend coming up here in WA. We've got the Group 2 Birthday Cup final there at Mandurah, another good card there Saturday night.
Yeah, really looking forward to the Birthday Cup in particular. Really like one in the final there, and then
Surprise.
roll over to Cannington. Well, the big surprise is it's not wearing the pink jacket.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can't have the pink either, so good to know that we are in unison there. But before that, we do need to go back to our run of the week from last week, and this was one of the heats of the Birthday Cup. It was Heat 2, surprise, Crumble Manelli. This was some performance. He's only fair away, but with Blackpool Bolt heading towards the fence and Westland Cider running a nice straight line from box 4, he's got plenty of room to muster here. He sails straight to the lead. Canyon exclusive and Westland Cider. They do hold second and third. Ollie starts to make a little ground from box 8, but while all this is happening, Crumble Manelli is out and running serious time on the arm. Westland Cider eventually works into second. Ollie does get third, but it's all about Crumble Manelli. 6.50 early, 11.68 through the middle, 10.63 home, 22.31 overall. If you look at some of the other performances on the night and the times they ran, this was head and shoulders above the rest. He goes in a short favourite, and he'll likely be a very popular favourite too on Friday night.
Yeah. Do you think the track was a bit slow last week?
It was very, very windy on the night, so it's one of those programs where you don't want to take too much into the times, because sometimes that can affect the track too. I know they did water it at some stages as well, so Crumble Manelli's obviously gone very, very quick, but you know, those dogs that maybe did lead and go 22.98 like Fabriola Ali, Naval Guard, don't think you can read too much into their times, because yeah, there were those factors, and you know, it's only a 20-second race. There can be wind at some points. So, you know, there can be a little where it does cool off for a little bit as well. So don't read too much into those, just on how it was down there weather-wise at Mandurah. But you can't argue about Crumble Manelli, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I just thought it was a little bit weird just looking at the times on face value, because I thought Firecloud went pretty good time, 22.60 odd, and then Crumble Manelli still went quickly, 22.30-ish. And then a couple of other heats that you just talked about, Fabriola Ali, Naval Guard, they were around that 23 second mark.
And even Naval Guard, he's a 22.8 dog, and to go 23 leading all the way, that was a bit strange. And Fabriola Ali, that dog's gone, you know, any kind of time.
22.51 PB, I think.
Exactly. So yeah, look, it's one of those where you might just take those times with a grain of salt. If any of these dogs, they're all very capable. If they get on the arm and get away in this race, they're going to be very hard to beat. But Crumble Manelli does go in a short favourite. It sounds like we're going to hear a little bit more about that race a little bit later on. Time to get into some bets for the weekend. My best bet, Mandurah, race 9, number 3, Maxed Out. I did back this dog in a heat of the Birthday Cup last week. He just got the start horribly wrong. He did finish in the placings. It was a race where there was a little bit of trouble up front. He was able to take advantage of that. He was quite strong to the line. This dog has in its past, I think it's led a handful of its races over Victoria. Sometimes when they do come over, you know, it's a different state and it does take a little while to settle in. I think this dog can begin a little bit better this week. Will be only better for the experience of seeing the track. If it gets anywhere close in this race, there's not a lot of speed and looks to be one of the stronger dogs in the race. So if it sits close, it'll be very, very hard to beat there. Race 9, number 3, Maxed Out.
Just one question. What made you back it last week?
I liked its Victorian form. I thought it came over. It looked like a dog that, you know, if it got clear room early, it was one of those dogs that could muster quite quickly, and they're the kind of dogs that you do like to back over Mandurah 405 metres. I just don't think we saw the best of this dog last week, and yeah, I always like to back them, you know, second up if they have come over, because quite often, and more so at Cannington, but at Mandurah too, they can improve many lengths off that. So yep, happy to stick fat there with Maxed Out. Another one I'm sticking fat with is my value bet, race 3, number 2, Good Odds Buzz. Backed this dog last week, all but crossed. This was the Naval Guard race. This race doesn't look all that much harder. It's not a heat of a Birthday Cup, that's for sure. From box 2, should be able to settle nice and handily here. Miss Condoleezza is one that's been going quite well in box 3, but if you watch this dog late in its race, it does get up the track. Good Odds Buzz is going to get plenty of room. This is a dog that has raced over further over in New South Wales, so should be stronger the line again. I think Good Odds Buzz can go better here this week. How about yourself there, Mandurah, on Friday night?
Well, I'm going 4-4 Crumble Manelli. I think he's head and shoulders above them. I think he'll find his way to the front. Just needs to begin on terms with them, really. And then once he hits top stride, I think it'll be all over, bar the shouting. Crumble Manelli, he's a nice dog, and I can see him leading all the way in the
Tab
future.
Touch are letting you on as well.
Yeah, well, you told me $2.25.
Yeah, it was certainly that early in the week. I have to check if that's still available, but there's enough quality in the field to suggest that price. He might tiptoe into the red at some stage, but there's enough quality into the race to suggest that price might hold up as well.
No, I don't think so. Well, I originally was not going to make him my best bet because I thought he'd be too short. I thought he'd be way into odds on. So the fact we're getting $2.25 is a spoil. I think he'll be winning. And then my value, we're linking up. Good odds Buzz.
No.
Race 3, number 2. He was really good early last week, and he just couldn't quite find the lead, and then he weakened out a little bit late. But I think we could see him on the arm. You think he can cross Bundigi?
Yeah, Bundigi's not really stepping his best at the moment.
That's
That's key, though. It wouldn't be that bad either if actually Bundigi begins, because he's going to go wide. Just getting around Bundigi is the big key.
But
there.
then again, you don't want to be outside him while he's taking.
100%. But hopefully he can take care of that little problem.
Yeah, but first up, good effort. Second up, should strip fitter, be a bit stronger, and be hard to beat, hopefully, for us.
Trainers in form, but it must be said the one time we have teamed up was one of the very few occasions in WA that Zarbel's been beaten. Seen what that dog's just done after we jumped off.
Well, there's two denominators. Which one is the deleterious one?
I don't know. I just think we can both stop him pretty good. But look, we'll be doing our best there Friday night. Mandra, we'll see how we go there with Good Odd Buzz. The trainer certainly in form, and that hopefully should get us over the line. Cannington, we have got some markets go up early with Tab Touch. I'm going to be betting in a couple of those races. My best bet, race 4, number 1, Rumblin' Moment. Electrified is a short price favourite in this race, but I really like this dog from box 1. He's a jump and run kind of operator. He gets to the front, he runs time. It's a bit of a catch if you can type business. He's got a pretty good map here. Jimmy's Decision in box 2, not a lot of pace, runs a nice straight line, and then you got Granite Song out wide, who may just hold up Electrified in those early stages. Electrified's not really pinging off the mat at the moment. It's more so, mustering, and Granite Song's not a great one to be held outside of. So Rumble Moment might be able to get away on the arm here. It's a dog that has gone 29.84 in the past. If he can get on the arm and run those kind of times, that $6 that's currently there with Tab Touch will look very, very silly. For a bit of value, going a race 10, number 1, Makuru. This is a really good run last week. Just got stuck with the wrong dog on its tail in what's that? I forgot the dog's name now. Really good, promising young dog from Shane Williams. I've completely forgot. But Rip and Grace, that's the one. Was able to get up on the rail. It's very strong.
Mate.
Yeah, that was very good. Should have actually wrote that down. But no, Rip and Grace was able to get underneath Makuru in those final stages and just got away. But he still went 29.99. It's not a race where there's a stack of top line dogs in it, and from box 1 should be able to find the front here, go on with the job. He's $13 currently. He looked a good each way bet there to run top 2 in the 6 dog field. So race 10, number 1, Makuru to go the best bet. Race 4, number 1, Rumblin' Moment.
Well, I'm going to take you on with Rumble a Moment. I haven't tipped this, but we can have a side bet if you want, because I think Electrified's just too classy. I know Rumble and Moment has that early speed, but I think Electrified...
What's the side bet?
Well, what odds are we going to put up, me and you? Like,
if one's already $1.95.
Yeah, I'll give you 2 for 1. Head
right, do that.
Okay, how much?
We'll worry about that after the show.
I'm not getting it, am I? Anyway.
What about your best bet?
Best bet for me, race 2, number 2, Robotnik. I've been on this dog for a while. He's got really good muster after the start. I think this race looks a little bit weaker than what he's been up against recently, and I think providing he can sit close enough early, gets an unimpeded run, I think he's just going to be a bit too strong for them. Race 2, number 2, Robotnik. Coupling that up with race 9, number 8, Mongolian Tiger. This is a pretty mediocre lineup. It's a pretty steady group of greyhounds, but I think this dog could be the strongest of them late. So if Mongolian Tiger can offset box number 8, remain in touch, then has to be a chance in that ninth event, number 8, Mongolian Tiger.
Sensation. Wishing you all the best on the punt this week, except for race 4. I think we're going to have a wager there.
Well, we just shook hands on it.
Yeah,
so
we will.
Are you a man of your word or not?
Oh, absolutely, I'm a man of word. You found that out with the Honey Cup on over Christmas. Yeah, where I lost plenty of money.
Didn't even enter my pocket though.
No, it just went straight to Tab Touch actually, but that's okay. No, we've got a sensational weekend of chasing upcoming in WA. If you can get to the track, make sure you get down there, Mandra. I was there last week. Really good feed, really good atmosphere down there, and obviously the Box 1 restaurant will be pumping here Saturday night. But if you can't do that, Hayden, make sure you're tuning in this time next week for another big edition of Greyhound Gold.